Failing Forward, the unexpected path to extraordinary success. Welcome to the BlackCEO Podcast, where we're about to embark on a journey that will challenge everything you thought you knew about success, failure, and the messy, beautiful path that connects them. Today, we're diving deep into the insights of an extraordinary individual who's not just making waves in the business world, but who's redefining what it means to truly succeed in life. I recently had the privilege of sitting down with Mershele Brown, a visionary entrepreneur whose story is nothing short of revolutionary. Mershele isn't just building businesses. She's reshaping mindsets and empowering a new generation of leaders to embrace their failures as the stepping stones to unprecedented success. Her journey is a testament to the power of resilience, the importance of perspective, and the extraordinary potential that lies within each of us. If only we have the courage to fail, learn, and grow. Now, I know what you're thinking. Great, another success story. What makes this one different? Well, buckle up, because Mershele's journey is anything but ordinary. It's a roller coaster ride of triumphs and setbacks that will make you question everything you thought you knew about achievement and personal growth. Let's start with a question that Mershele's story forced me to confront. What if your biggest failure could become your greatest teacher? It's a concept that might seem counterintuitive at first, but as we delve deeper into Mershele's experiences, you'll see how embracing failure can be the catalyst for extraordinary growth and success. Imagine for a moment that you're standing at the edge of a cliff. Below you is the unknown, your dreams, your goals, the life you've always imagined. But to reach it, you have to jump. The fear is paralyzing. What if you fall? What if you fail? What if you crash and burn? Now, here's where Mershele's wisdom comes in. She'd tell you to jump, not because success is guaranteed, but because the fall itself, the potential failure, is where the real magic happens. It's in those moments of free fall when everything seems lost that we truly find ourselves, our strength, and our capacity for greatness. Mershele's journey began like many others, with a dream and the determination to make it a reality. She ventured into the world of entrepreneurship with high hopes and big plans. But here's where her story takes an unexpected turn. Instead of immediate success, Mershele faced failure, not just once, but multiple times. She shared with me a particularly poignant story about her first major business venture. It was a tech startup that she poured her heart, soul, and life savings into. For months, she worked tirelessly, convinced she was on the brink of something revolutionary. But then, just as she was about to launch, the market shifted. A major player released a similar product, and overnight, her innovative idea became obsolete. Now, for many of us, this kind of setback would be enough to make us throw in the towel. The pain of failure, the sting of lost time and resources, it can be overwhelming. But Mershele, she did something remarkable. She embraced this failure as a learning opportunity. This brings us to our first key takeaway. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a crucial part of it. Mershele didn't just bounce back, she bounced forward, using this setback as a stepping stone to greater heights. She told me that failure was the best thing that ever happened to me. It taught me more about business, about resilience, and about myself than any success ever could. It was my MBA in real-world entrepreneurship. But let's be real for a moment. Embracing failure is easier said than done. It's natural to feel discouraged, to question our abilities, to wonder if we're on the right path. Mershele experienced all of these doubts, but she didn't let them define her. Instead, she developed a mindset that transformed how she viewed challenges. This leads us to our second crucial insight, the power of perspective. Mershele taught me that it's not about what happens to you, but how you choose to interpret and respond to it. She shared how she began to view each setback as a data point, a valuable piece of information that could inform her next move. I started asking different questions, she said. Instead of why me, I asked, what can I learn from this? Instead of how could I have avoided this, I asked, how can I use this to grow? This shift in perspective didn't just change how Mershele viewed failure, it changed how she approached success. She became more willing to take risks, to experiment, to push boundaries, because even if things didn't work out as planned, she knew she'd come out the other side stronger and wiser. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. That's great for her, but my situation is different. I get it. We all face unique challenges, and it's easy to feel like our circumstances are insurmountable. But here's the thing. Mershele's success isn't due to some extraordinary talent or luck. It's the result of a mindset and approach that each of us can cultivate. This brings us to our third key lesson, the importance of resilience and adaptability. In our rapidly changing world, the ability to adapt and persevere in the face of adversity is more crucial than ever. Mershele emphasized that success isn't about avoiding obstacles, it's about developing the resilience to overcome them. She shared a powerful analogy that stuck with me. She likened entrepreneurship and life to surfing. You can't control the waves, but you can learn to ride them. Sometimes you'll catch a perfect wave and ride it to shore. Other times you'll wipe out spectacularly. But each time you get back on the board, you're stronger, more skilled, and better prepared for the next wave. Mershele told me about a time when she faced a series of setbacks that nearly broke her. Her second business was struggling. She was facing personal challenges, and it felt like everything was falling apart. I felt like I was drowning, she said. But then I remembered, I'm not drowning. I'm surfing. These aren't obstacles. They're waves, and I can ride them. On what? This surfing analogy isn't just about business. It's a metaphor for life. We're all surfers in the ocean of existence, facing waves of challenges and opportunities. The question is, are we going to let the fear of wiping out keep us on the shore, or are we going to paddle out and catch the waves of possibility? Mershele's approach teaches us that true success comes from continuous learning and growth. She shared how she makes it a point to reflect on every experience, whether positive or negative, and extract lessons from it. This habit of constant self-improvement has been a key factor in her journey from setbacks to success. But let's address the elephant in the room. In a world that often glorifies overnight success stories and unicorn startups, it's easy to feel like we're falling behind if we're not achieving rapid, visible success. Mershele's story challenges this narrative. She emphasized that real sustainable success is often built slowly through consistent effort and learning from failures. This brings us to another crucial insight, the importance of patience and persistence. Mershele shared how she learned to celebrate small victories along the way, understanding that each step forward, no matter how small, was progress. This approach helped her maintain motivation and momentum, even when the ultimate goal seemed distant. She told me about a project that took years longer than expected to come to fruition. There were so many times I wanted to give up, she said, but I kept reminding myself that every day I didn't quit was a victory. Every small improvement was a step forward. And eventually, those small steps led to a giant leap. Now, I want to pause for a moment and address something important. We're not just talking about business success here. The principles Mershele shared apply to all aspects of life. Whether you're starting a business, pursuing a personal goal, or trying to make a positive change in your community, these lessons can help you navigate the challenges you'll inevitably face. Mershele's journey also highlights the power of community and connection. She stressed the importance of surrounding yourself with supportive people who believe in your vision and can offer guidance and encouragement. But she also emphasized the value of seeking out mentors and learning from those who have walked the path before you. She shared a story about a mentor who changed her life. This mentor, a successful entrepreneur in her own right, didn't just offer advice. She challenged Mershele to think bigger, to push harder, to believe in herself more fully. She saw potential in me that I couldn't see in myself, Mershele said, and she wasn't afraid to push me out of my comfort zone to help me realize that potential. This leads us to another key takeaway. Success is not a solo journey. Mershele shared how she actively sought out mentorship and built a network of fellow entrepreneurs. She found that by sharing experiences and insights, everyone in the network grew stronger. It's a powerful reminder that we don't have to face our challenges alone. But here's where Mershele's wisdom really challenged my thinking. She talked about the concept of failing forward. It's the idea that even when we fail, we can choose to fail in a way that moves us closer to our goals. This might mean taking calculated risks, being willing to step out of our comfort zones, or simply reframing how we view our setbacks. Mershele shared a personal story that perfectly illustrates this concept. She told me about a time when she invested significant time and resources into a project that ultimately didn't pan out. Instead of seeing it as a total loss, she looked at the skills she had developed, the connections she had made, and the insights she had gained. She then used these assets to pivot into a new opportunity that ended up being far more successful than her original plan. That failure was actually the foundation of my biggest success, she said. If I hadn't been willing to take that risk, to put myself out there and potentially fail, I never would have discovered the opportunity that changed everything. This story highlights another crucial lesson. Flexibility is key to success. Mershele emphasized the importance of being willing to adjust your course when necessary. Sometimes, what looks like a failure is actually an opportunity to redirect your efforts towards something even better. Now, let's talk about fear. It's the elephant in the room when we discuss failure and taking risks. Mershele didn't shy away from addressing this. She admitted that fear has been a constant companion on her journey. But here's the kicker. She doesn't try to eliminate fear. Instead, she's learned to use it as a tool. Mershele shared a powerful perspective on fear. She sees it as a signpost, pointing towards areas where we need to grow or challenges we need to overcome. When she feels fear, instead of retreating, she leans into it. She asks herself, what can I learn here? How can I grow from this? She told me about a time when she was offered a speaking engagement at a major conference. The opportunity was huge, but the thought of speaking in front of thousands of people terrified her. I was tempted to say no, she said, but then I realized this fear is telling me something. It's telling me that this is an opportunity for massive growth. Mershele accepted the engagement. Was it scary? Absolutely. Did she feel completely prepared? Not at all. But she pushed through the fear, delivered her speech, and it ended up being a turning point in her career. That experience taught me that on the other side of fear is often where the magic happens, she said. This approach to fear is transformative. It turns what could be a paralyzing emotion into a catalyst for growth and progress. It's about acknowledging the fear, understanding where it comes from, and then taking action despite it, or even because of it. But Mershele's insights don't stop there. She also emphasized the importance of self-care and maintaining a balanced life. Success, she argues, isn't just about professional achievements. It's about creating a life that's fulfilling on all levels: personal, professional, and spiritual. She shared how she makes time for activities that recharge her, whether it's spending time with family, pursuing hobbies, or engaging in personal development. This balance, she believes, is crucial for maintaining the energy and perspective needed to navigate the challenges of entrepreneurship in life. Success means nothing if you're too burned out to enjoy it, she said. I've learned that taking care of myself isn't selfish, it's essential. It's what allows me to show up fully in all areas of my life. Now, as we near the end of our time together, I want to circle back to where we started. Remember that question I asked at the beginning? What if your biggest failure could become your greatest teacher? Mershele's journey shows us that this isn't just a possibility, it's a choice we can make. Every setback, every failure, every moment of doubt is an opportunity to learn, to grow, to become stronger and more resilient. It's a chance to refine our vision, to improve our skills, and to deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Mershele's story challenges us to rewrite our own narratives, to stop seeing ourselves as victims of circumstance and start seeing ourselves as the authors of our own stories. It's about recognizing that while we can't control everything that happens to us, we always have control over how we respond. So here's my challenge to you. The next time you face a setback, instead of asking, why me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of seeing failure as the end of the road, see it as a detour that might lead you to even greater destinations. Remember, success isn't about never falling down. It's about how many times you're willing to get back up. It's about having the courage to keep moving forward even when the path ahead is unclear. It's about being willing to fail and fail again, knowing that each failure brings you one step closer to success. Mershele Brown's journey is a powerful reminder that our greatest limitations are often the ones we place on ourselves. Her story shows us that with the right mindset, with resilience, with a willingness to learn and adapt, there's no challenge we can't overcome, no goal we can't achieve. As we wrap up this extraordinary conversation, I want to leave you with a call to action, a challenge that I hope will resonate in your hearts and minds long after you finish listening. I challenge you to embrace your failures, not just to accept them, but to actively seek them out. Take that risk you've been afraid of. Start that project you've been putting off. Have that difficult conversation you've been avoiding. And when, not if, but when you face setbacks, remember Mershele's wisdom. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to grow? I challenge you to redefine your relationship with fear. The next time you feel that familiar tightness in your chest, that voice telling you to retreat to safety, pause, take a deep breath, and then lean in. See that fear not as a warning to stop, but as an invitation to grow. I challenge you to build your resilience. Life will knock you down. That's a given. But it's in the getting back up that we find our true strength. Cultivate that surface mindset. Learn to ride the waves no matter how turbulent they may be. And finally, I challenge you to share your story, your journey of failures and successes, of fears overcome and lessons learned is unique and valuable. By sharing it, you not only process your own experiences more deeply, but you also inspire and empower others to embrace their own journeys of growth and transformation. Remember, your journey with all its ups and downs is uniquely yours. Embrace it, learn from it. Let it shape you into the person you're meant to become. Because in the end, it's not just about reaching your destination, it's about who you become along the way. As Mershele Brown has shown us, the path to extraordinary success is paved with failures, fears, and setbacks. But it's also illuminated by resilience, growth, and the unwavering belief in our own potential. So go forth, fail forward, and create a life and a legacy that truly matters. Thank you for joining us on this transformative journey. Until next time, keep pushing, keep learning, and above all, keep failing forward. Because as we've learned today, that's where true success begins.